Good afternoon, I am Precious Muzea Sakaleji. Welcome to Camnet TV Media News. The headlines. The UPND Alliance disagrees with the UPND on disregarding the rule of law. 9 political parties eye the KABWATA parliamentary seat. Join me with the details after this commercial.
To all parents and guardians of the Camnet stars, be informed that there will be a meeting at the Healing Word Ministries International Church in Ibex Hill on 22nd January 2022. Time 10 hours to 11:30 hours. The future of this nation is in the hands of your children.
And we are just preparing for the game next week, the friendly match. We are working really hard and preparing for our first match.
Camnet stars, the upcoming soccer giants in Zambia.
And other media news in detail. The Director of Public Prosecution, DPP, has not yet issued consent to prosecute the matter in which 6 Ministry of Health officials are accused of willful failure to comply with applicable law and procedure over the honeybee drug supply scandal. When the accused appeared before Lusaka Magistrate Jennifer Bwalia Wednesday, the prosecution informed the court that the accused could not proceed taking plea in the matter as the offence they are charged with needs consent from the DPP, which is yet to be issued. Wilson Lungu, a Chief Purchasing and Supplying Officer, has been jointly charged with 5 others with 2 counts of willful failure to follow applicable law or procedure or guidelines contrary to Section 342 of the Anti-Corruption Act No. 3 of 2012.
The case of 6 Ministry of Health officials accused of willful failure to comply with applicable law and procedure over the honeybee drug supply scandal received an early adjournment Wednesday morning when the accused were informed by the Lusaka's Magistrate Court that they could not proceed to take plea in the case as the Director of Public Prosecution has not yet issued consent to prosecute the matter. The 6 accused persons, among them Wilson Lungu, who is a Chief Purchasing and Supplying Officer, Daniel Makawa, a Senior Registrar, Obeta Chizibe, an Accountant, Abel Living, a Procurement Officer, Boyd Manashbala, and Emmanuel Mwanga, both pharmacists, have been slapped with 2 counts of willful failure to comply with applicable law or procedure or guidelines contrary to Section 342B of the Anti-Corruption Act No. 3 of 2012 of the laws of Zambia. The 6 are alleged to have on the 1st July 2019 and the 31st of December 2019 failed to comply with applicable procedure and regulations relating to the evaluation of a tender number MOH/SP/032/19 for supply and delivery of 22,500 healthy center kits when they participated in both the Evaluation Committee and the Ministerial Procurement Committee, a matter or transaction which concerns Ministry of Health. The 6 were told when they appeared before Lusaka Magistrate Jennifer Bwalia that the Director of Public Prosecution has not yet issued a consent in their matter, hence they could not plead to the charge, but only the offence which they have been accused of was explained to them. The accused were last year in December arrested for the said offence and only made their appearance before court yesterday. Subsequently, the matter was adjourned to today. There are some offences which cannot be prosecuted without the DPP's specific consent, for example, offences under the Penal Code Act like incest and offences under the Anti-Corruption Act, abuse of office, corruption, among others. And this matter of the 6 directors before court is one of them which needs consent. The accused will appear before court in March this year, where it is expected that during that time, the DPP would have issued a consent and the accused may take plea and go into possible trial. Miriam Kemba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
9 candidates have successfully filed in their nominations in the KABWATA parliamentary by-election, which fell vacant following the demise of the United Party for National Development Member of Parliament Levim Kandawire.
The failure by all political parties to field a female candidate in the KABWATA parliamentary by-elections, which were later cancelled after the United Progressive Party UPP candidate Francis Libanda resigned, attracted criticisms from the women's non-governmental organizations. The second fielding in has, however, seen the United National Independent Party UNIP adopt a female candidate in Ngiwe Mzieche, who contested in the 12th August 2021 general elections on the same seat.
KABWATA has never had a female member of parliament, which is not auguring well with development, as you may be aware. They say that in development studies, you need the female and the male part to pull together to complement each other.
Ms. Mzieche is among the candidates who have successfully managed to fill in their nominations, despite having faced several challenges to meet the requirements. The nominations, however, did not go without drama, as former Lands Minister Jean Kapata was not happy with the conduct of police officers who denied her a real way to enter the nomination center.
You'll be here when the UPND comes, isn't it? Around you as a media. We want you to cover to see what's going to happen here, because they're saying our people are already inside and we can't go in. But I know that when the other party comes, there will be nothing to talk about. They'll just push the police and get inside. We want to see that, and so tomorrow we can talk about it.
Other candidates, among them the Democratic Party candidate Fred Mubanga, the People's Alliance for Change Sydney Mziambo, Economic and Equity candidate Chilufya Tayali, Patriotic Front candidate Clement Tembo, Socialist Party candidate Trifa Ngandu, New Heritage Party candidate Kennedy Muyoya, United Party for National Development candidate Andrew Teyengwa have all managed to field in their nominations and are confident of taking the day.
On record that I made a request to the president of this country together with the MPs that are there in parliament today, that let the children of civil servants and the ordinary journalists be considered as vulnerable children, so that navena bareba perako kwa mungu ikishai if vulnerability ona landa tekwepa tabana benu bare chula iyo. I want them to be considered as vulnerable children so that they are given bursaries as well.
KABWATA is one of the privileged constituencies, but we still have a number of people that are living in poverty. Young people who don't have employment, elders who are also struggling through their life. So we need to look at all this. But how do you look at this? It's not that a member of parliament does all these things from his pocket. This is the misconception that is usually there. A member of parliament is there to speak for the people, to lobby government to do some of those things that people are struggling with. So this is what I'm going to do. What I'm offering is effective representation.
Nifuna chape munyamata amene isa chipani cha PF tinasanka kuti ayimilire atenge malo aine kunkala MP wa muno mu KABWATA ampaseni moni ndiponso amupempeni mwa chipani cha PF kuti mwakwera pano siko mupobwera koma ntchito yayambira pano tikaenda so pano tuchite kampeni.
For others, KABWATA has been their home and have promised that they will end the suffering that the people of KABWATA currently face.
I work with the people. I work with the people of KABWATA. I'm making myself available, and I know that as I get into parliament, one thing is that I'll tell you that interaction is the best thing. So my strength really is interacting with people, getting their views, getting their challenges, and I'm making myself available to meet their needs.
There are 5 wards, and these different wards, they have got different needs. Number 1, Kukamulanga, Kulibe Hospital. Yet we had an MP who was there for over 20 years. Kulibe Hospital, Kulibe Police Post, Marods here bad Kamulanga, Kulibe na market. So these are the things that we'll try and address in Kamulanga ward. Also in Livala, if you look at Livala is the only ward that doesn't have a clinic also, especially along the road of Chirumburu Road.
With all the candidates' confidence of scooping the seat, the people of KABWATA remain the key holders to employment. Prudence Chota reporting for Camnet TV News.
Team, the trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the... She has so much data.
Mom?
Yes, baby?
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow! Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
We sincerely apologize for that interference. We continue with the Camnet TV Media News. The United Party for National Development Alliance says the utterances made by the UPND youth leader, Gilbert Luswaniso, on taking the law in their own hands do not have the blessings of the alliance. Tuesday, Mr. Luswaniso warned all those disrespecting President Hakainde Hichilema that will be dealt with by bypassing the police. Addressing the media Wednesday, Alliance spokesperson Daniel Shimunza explains that the party respects freedom of expression, which is based on responsibility and respect. Meanwhile, Mr. Shimunza has expressed confidence in winning the KABWATA constituency parliamentary by-election slated for February.
Political party cadre infiltration in public places, hooliganism and generally lawlessness behavior is the beginning of downfall for some political parties, with the Patriotic Front being the latest example as contained in their post-mortem report. Barely 5 months into government, the UPND youths have started threatening violence towards their opponents for what they term as disrespecting the head of state. Tuesday, UPND National Youth Chairman Gilbert Luswaniso warned that the party will beat up any individual who will be found insulting President Hakainde Hichilema.
Insult Derek Hakainde Hichilema, who beat you. I'm not joking here. I don't need even the police to come in. Yes. I never depend on the police when in opposition. We depend on our own. Yes. You attack Hakainde direct as an individual, come to you direct as an individual. Just attack the government, attack UPND, attack Hakainde as a president. But if you go as an individual, I'm telling you, you won't even walk free with the sack.
But UPND Alliance spokesperson Daniel Shimunza notes that the directive by the youth leader goes against the rule of law, which the governing party stands for.
That cadreism in all its forms, even where the cadreism is taking place against what the president has said, it is not the position of the president and it is not the position of the alliance to support any form of cadreism in markets or bus stops or abuse of our people. The president is very categorical about that, and as an alliance partners, we are also in support of that position. And that is why, if there are any tendencies of cadreism and abuse of the law and due process of the law, such people must be arrested, regardless of whether they come from whichever political party. The UPND Alliance is committed to bridge the gap created by any artificial barriers that separate us for the sake of the unification of the 73 tribes plus. We would also like to encourage everyone to express their views in a respectable and cordial manner. This nation is built on a very strong foundation of Christian values and traditions. As a Christian nation, Article 8 of our Constitution provides the values that we ascribe to as a people.
Meanwhile, Dr. Shimunza also talked about the KABWATA by-election, which he says will see the people of KABWATA once again voting for the UPND.
We have noted the dirty campaigning tactics employed by the opposition, especially the Patriotic Front, who are deliberately alleging that we as an alliance are split in supporting the candidate. That is simply not true. Mr. Tayengwa is the best candidate we could have settled on, and we will push in every resource. We'll push in every resource in the campaign drive. He was born, bred and schooled, worked and has lived all his life in KABWATA.
Sharon Kalimbula, Camnet News, Lusaka.
In other news, the Zambia police have revealed that 2,163 persons were killed in road traffic accidents in 2021 alone. Police spokesperson Reha Monga says a total of 32,322 road traffic accidents were recorded countrywide, in which 1,757 were fatal. He says Lusaka province recorded the highest number of road traffic accidents, followed by Copperbelt, Central, Southern, Western, Eastern, Luapula and Northern province with 614 road traffic accidents.
During the year 2021, a total number of 32,372 road traffic accidents were recorded countrywide, in which 1,757 were fatal road traffic accidents, where 2,163 persons were killed. 2,988 were serious road traffic accidents, in which 5,307 persons were seriously injured. 6,231 were slight road traffic accidents, in which 9,182 persons were slightly injured, while 21,396 were recorded as damage-only road traffic accidents. Lusaka province recorded the highest number of road traffic accidents with 17,774, followed by Copperbelt with 5,105.
Well, that news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Media News, but before we go, here are the headlines once again. The UPND Alliance disagrees with the UPND on disregarding the rule of law. 9 political parties eye the KABWATA parliamentary seat. Thank you for watching. I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Good afternoon.